Hello, good morning. As you know that I am Dr. Jetling Elosa. Before embarking upon the subject, as today we are discussing the state which is mentioned in the Article 2 of the Constitution of India, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel, The Law Speeches, which is available in the YouTube. And I created this channel for the spreading of legal knowledge or enhancement of your legal knowledge. I request all of you to subscribe and to share my channel in your circles, and also make necessary comments to enhance the mold the channel. So today we discuss another important aspect in the constitutional law, that is the what is meant by state. For that, if you go to the international law, state to be called as a state, there should be certain elements. Number one is people. Number two is territory. Number three is governance. Number four is sovereignty. So that parlance is not maybe correct in the international sphere, but here it is a quite differs. Under the Constitution of India, to be what organ can be called as a state, for that we have to go to the Article 12, where the fundamental rights starts. As you know that fundamental rights are basic rights, inalienable rights, which are provided to us by the Constitution of India to every citizen, and in some cases to non-citizens also. So here the state is provided of certain meaning. Those include, I read, the state means and includes the government and the Parliament of India, that is executive and the legislature of the Union. That is the first, where the government and parliament are at the central level. So government is must for administration of the country, whereas parliament also there with the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, which makes the laws for the which is applicable to the entire breadth and territory of India. That also be called as a state, as per the first. The second is the government and legislature of each states, that is executive and the legislature of the states. So here all these state, provincial, legislative assemblies and the governments have been called as a state, and today we have 29 state governments and 7 union territories are there in India. So where all are covered by under this part. Number third is all local or other authorities within the territory of India. So it reflects that all local or other authorities. What is meant by local? Local authority is an authority which having certain limitations, like a Gram Panchayati, a Nagarapalika, a cantonment board, a municipality, a municipal corporation, a greater municipal corporation. So all are local authorities which ambit is decided by the various statutes. So they function within that purview, that is called as a local authorities. Then the third parameter also speaks about the other authorities. So other authorities means authorities which are created by the statutes have been called as a other authorities, like TSRTC, like water boards, like electricity boards, like other authorities which are created by the statutes are being called as a state under the Article 12 of the Constitution of India. Then fourth thing which is included here, it is all local and other authorities under the control of the Government of India. So here it emphasizes that all local and other authorities means authorities which have been created as per the legal process, as per the statutes. Suppose you want to start a sports club, a cricket club, or a football club. You wanted to have a registered, then the authority for registration, there is a process is prescribed. If you fulfilling that process and apply for the registration, basing upon your process, that the authority is created, and when it has been created by the statutes process, then it is under control of the government. So all such authorities have been, even a cooperative societies, housing boards, all comes under this parlance. So this is the four important parameters which have been inserted in under Article 12 of the Constitution of India. You know this Article 12, why it is here? Because the fundamental rights are enforceable against the state. To give the clarification regarding the state, this is added by the makers of the Constitution here in Article 12, where from Article 12 onwards the fundamental rights part third starts. Then there are a number of important decisions have been come to the Supreme Court from time to time, and regarding the instrumentality of agency of the state, like, so what is a state, what is not a state, then when it comes under the state, so all those aspects have been from time to time has been answered by the Supreme Court. And some of the important cases which I would like to deal are Electricity Board of Rajasthan versus Mohan Lal, which is reported All India Reporter 1967 SC, page number 1857. So there Supreme Court clearly stated that Electricity Board is an authority other authority which comes under the state. So it is formed by a process, a procedure of a statute. So it comes under the state. And in airport authority case, where Justice Bhagavati, the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India, he pointed out that the instrument of agency should have to be tested to decide the case. And Justice Matthew of the Supreme Court, in case called Sukhdev versus Bhagat Ram, he held that if a body is an agency or instrumentality of a government, it may be authority within the meaning of the Article 12, whether it is a statutory component or a government company or even a registered society. So we have to see, as per this decision, we have to see whether how it has been formed, so that we can conclude that what is a state and what is not a state. And one more important aspect we have to remember, even many times the Supreme Court has stated that even a societies, NGOs, non-governmental organizations, societies also be called as a state because they are controlled by the state in one way or the other. For that we have to see a famous case called Sheila Barse versus Secretary Children Aid Society, which is reported in 1987, volume 3, SCC 50. So in this case, Supreme Court again applied the principle of the instrumentality of agency of the state and opined that though it is formed under the Societies Act, but it is acts under the a statute. If that is the case, it is be called as a state. Likewise, many times, many judgments are there which clearly states that what is a state, when it comes to be called as a state. Then one more important aspect we have to remember here is that judiciary word is not included under the Article 12 in these 4 parameters. Then question comes to our mind whether the judiciary is a state or not. You know, the Constitution provides a separate and independent authority to judiciary. Though a government has 3 wings, one is the legislature, other is the executive, other is the judiciary. But purposefully the makers of the Constitution of India, they avoided judiciary under this Article 12. Why? Because if we are including the word judiciary under the Article 12, we are damaging the, we are controlling legislature or executive may going to control the judiciary. To avoid this eventuality, the makers have purposefully excluded the word judiciary under this meaning of the state under Article 12 of the Constitution of India. But even there are some case laws are there regarding this. These include A.R. Antule versus R.S. Nayak. The case is reported All India Reporter 1988 SC 53. There the Supreme Court had an occasion to discuss then whether we should be called judiciary as a state or not. So Supreme Court has categorically stated that though the judiciary is not included, but indirectly it is a part of the state. So the state plays very widest meaning under the Constitution of India, because state this and the makers, they wanted to provide the clearest and widest meaning. So this Article 12, which is there since commencement of the Constitution of India, have been touched by the Parliament, though there are number of amendments were made. 105 amendments as and today was made by the Parliament, but they are not touched this part. So this shows this Article 12, which was included, the wordings which are included by the makers of the Constitution, still have been going on without any kind of amendments. So with this, I am concluding my lecture. Thank you for watching.